Hey everybody, it's Lisa Asbell. Welcome back to another powerful audio Lisa lesson. I know this for a fact. If you transform your thoughts, you will transform your life. And where you are today, what happened to you, all of it, it's in the past. Even maybe the chaos around you. If you've got things you want to accomplish, if you've got big goals, big dreams, big ideas, let's start thinking in a new way to help you get there. I believe in you, and I know that you can have, do, or be anything you want. And these Lisa lessons are to help you get there. So today we're talking about weight loss and maintenance, and it's how I've lost over 100 pounds and kept it off all these years without starving myself or crazy diets. Okay, so let's get into it now. If you have ever struggled with foods, cravings, feeling stuck, gaining weight, losing weight, honestly, this audio is for you. Today I am breaking down exactly how I eat and the science behind it, which is not only backed in science, because there's some there's some challenges there too. But many doctors all across the world love what I teach, agree with what I teach, and in fact teach it to their own clients. Okay, so I'm here now teaching it to you. First and foremost, I teach something called the WELL Method. It is a framework that I created that has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people, men, women, children, teens, understand weight loss, how to lose weight, how to eat healthier, and how to adopt a healthier lifestyle. We call that the WELL Method. And rule number one, the W in WELL, W-E-L-L, is wait for hunger. You have to learn the difference in your stomach being empty and talking to you, and your head, which is constantly talking to you, repetitive, out of habit, habitual, because you've been eating that way, snacking that way in diet culture for your whole life maybe, and your brain is wired to tell you to go do it. So that is why you wake up every day, and maybe you have a plan, and maybe you don't even have a plan. I mean, I was there 6 years ago, 100 pounds heavier, no plan, waking up every day, eating whatever I wanted, feeling crappy about it, knowing I was supposed to be healthier, wanting to be out walking, wanting to be ziplining, wanting to be kayaking at 50 years old, but I couldn't do it because I was 100 pounds heavier because I ate too much all the time. Now that is a Lisa lesson, and this is how I roll. So if you like it, give me a comment and subscribe. Please also go over to lisaasbell.com and subscribe there. I don't bomb you with emails and sales stuff every day, okay? I do like to sell stuff, and I do like to help you, but it's all about helping you understand how to lose weight and keep it off today. So the W, wait for hunger. Your body is not meant to be digesting food all day. Listen, you can find this information anywhere. This is new to some of you. It was new to some of the people that I've helped over the past, thousands of women over the past 6 years. But honestly, they just forgot. I'm eating because it's 8. I'm eating because it's noon. I'm eating because my nutritionist, my dietitian, my doctor, Weight Watchers, whoever told me I could have a snack at 10 o'clock. Well, you can, but if you're not hungry, don't eat. This is a game changer when you learn, and it's a practice, okay? Rule 2, you got to minimize processed food. Honestly, the E in WELL, W is wait for hunger. The E is eat one ingredient foods. Eat the rainbow, eat non-processed food, okay? The world is addicted to processed food. That's why we have a pandemic. That's why Ozempic and these peptides work so well for people, because they turn off your desire to eat, so they're not eating all these processed foods, and they're losing weight. But many times they're not eating enough protein, they're not eating enough fiber and veggies, that they're losing muscle. Okay, but the end result, the thing you cannot shortchange, you can't surgery this away or medication this away. Fruits, veggies, proteins, eggs, fish, they are your well foods. Okay. That brings me to rule number 3. Okay. So first rule, just eat when you're hungry. Stop snacking all the time. Snacks are fine, but have them at the end of a meal, or they are your meal. Okay. Rule number 2, eat the rainbow. Don't eat so much processed food, and never let muffins or bready stuff, don't ever let that be the first to hit your stomach. Make sure the first thing always, this is longevity now. I'm talking about blood sugar control. I'm talking about all the stuff you've heard all these coaches teach. I've been teaching this stuff for 6 years. Never taught it here in this format, but I've been teaching this for years. My people know, make sure that you put veggies and fruits in to that empty stomach. That goes into overdrive for helping you burn fat. It goes into overdrive for helping you sustain your metabolism. It goes into overdrive into keeping your blood sugar stable. Okay, so minimize the processed food. And then the rule number 3 is, eat as much food and as protein and veggies as you want. These are well foods. Well means well living. Okay, it's living. In our community and in my private coaching, we have this thing we talk about: intentional living. It's like you're not just floating through life like a zombie, going to work every day, getting up, doing the same routine. You are saying, I want this for my life. I want a new career. I want a house at the beach. I want a better marriage. I want a stronger relationship. I want my faith to be stronger. I want a better spiritual life, right? You are intentionally living. When you eat and you choose every day to put fruits and veggies and protein and eggs in your mouth instead of the butter and the oils and the cottage cheese and the yogurts, it's not that those things aren't good and have their place. They do. But if you have to count it and measure it, there's your sign. I never have to measure fruits. I never measure veggies. I never even measure protein. I wait for hunger. I enjoy those healthy foods. I stop when I'm satisfied. And if I want a little dessert, or I want those creamy yogurts, cottage cheese, veggie, those kind of things, I have them at the end of the meal. Okay? And that brings me to rule number 4. Not everybody is created equal, okay? Genetically, we pretty much operate the same. Our hearts beat the same. Our lungs beat the same. I'm a nurse for 30 years telling you this. Thousands and thousands of hours of research. I work with some of the most prestigious medical organizations in the world, okay? So I'm telling you that to a person who has a body, who has constantly struggled with too much weight, obesity, when you tend to store fat, and if that's you, the nuts, the yogurts, the cottage cheeses, the desserts, the barks, all of those things, the smoothies with the blending the fruit, all of those things are either a meal or a dessert, but they're not a snack. I'm going to say that again. There is something called fat adaptation, without getting too deep in the science here, okay? Something called fat adaptation, and I teach all of this in my private courses and in my private coaching. If your body has tended to gain weight and just look at food and gain weight, you've always been 30 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds, even before menopause or whatever, you've always been heavier. The nuts, the yogurts, the cheeses, all of those kind of foods are not your well foods. Proteins, eggs, fish, veggies, and fruits are your foods. Not the butters, not the olive oils, not the salad dressings, not the healthy salad dressings, not the pastries. Now, we can get into what we all know. A bite or two once a month is enough. And that is sugar, pastries, cakes, okay? Cheesy pastas, spaghetti and meatballs, garlic bread, biscuits, gravy. I mean, those are things, those are vacation foods, okay, to be enjoyed very rarely. And this will blow some of you away, but it's how you learn to live, not only to keep weight off, but so you don't go on medications, so you're not constantly hating yourself about the way you look, so you're not constantly showing up feeling like crap, thinking you could do better taking care of yourself, because you know you could do better. And that brings me to the end of this now. The why. The why. The why you should do it. You know why? Even though me personally, I'm about 30 pounds heavier than I like being, my labs are great. My health is great. I kayak, I zip line, I can run, I walk 5 miles a day, I strength train, I eat mostly veggies. I'm not on a diet, okay? And I'm not beating myself up about my size. I don't do that anymore. Every day to me is important to eat healthy. Every day to me is important to move my body, to get some muscle building, to do some breath work, to do some grounding and meditation and prayer. Like, that's how I live now. And so I live that way. Knowing what to do and then doing it are two separate things. Two separate things. And I'm going to tag, you know what, I won't tag it. I'm just going to talk about it really quick. I've got a couple of other Lisa lessons about the rule of 7 days and the magic of 5 minutes. And the very short of those, they're private lessons, but the very short of that is when you do it 7 days a week, it becomes your well lifestyle. When you learn to do the things that you don't really want to do and you get it in early and you start in the magic of 5 minutes, 5 minutes of picking up those weights, 5 minutes of jogging in place, 5 minutes of doing squats, planks, or push-ups, 5 minutes of toning and stretching, 5 minutes of riding your stationary bike that has clothes hanging on it, 5 minutes of just walking in place, just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of journaling, 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of planning what you're going to eat that day, 5 minutes to sit in silence, 5 minutes to yourself. The magic of 5 minutes would change your life. Imagine if you had just a handful of things that you wanted to change and you did it 7 days a week, only 5 minutes each thing. Imagine what you could accomplish in 30 minutes. If you like this type of information, go to lisaasbell.com, check out Well Lifestyle Coaching, and please leave me a comment. I'd love to know what your challenge is here today. Okay, I have helped thousands of women keep off over 1 million pounds for sure by now. But I would love to know what's your biggest challenge with food, weight loss, maintenance. Ask me anything about weight loss, food, or maintenance, and I can tell you that it will be backed by science and adored by doctors worldwide. So, hey, I can't wait to see you on the next Lisa lesson.